All right, let's dive into Indian finance with this deep dive, crafted just for you.
Sounds good to me.
We're looking at the Jio Financial Services Ltd annual report, the one for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2024.
Right.
Oh, and we also got our hands on their presentation. Visual aids are always good, right?
Always helpful.
So we're talking about a company not just dipping their toes in the water, but like diving headfirst into India's digital finance revolution.
Yeah, and with India projected to be a $25 trillion economy,
Huge!
that's a tidal wave of opportunity.
That is a big wave to catch. So how's JFSL planning on making a splash? Their report mentions the 4 Rs.
Ah, yes, the 4 Rs. Think of those as their guiding principles, like their compass.
Okay.
Start with regulation, playing by the rules, building that trust.
Makes sense.
Then there's return to capital and return on capital. Let's be real. Profits matter.
Of course, of course.
But the kicker, reputation, building trust and integrity in finance.
Yeah.
It's like finding a pristine reef in a polluted ocean.
So they're not just chasing profits. They're aiming for something, I don't know, more substantial, long-term.
You got it. Legacy. And that's clear in how they've structured things. It's not just offering a banking app. They're building a whole financial ecosystem.
Okay, break that down for me. What does a financial ecosystem, even look like?
Imagine, you can pay bills, send money to friends, even apply for a business loan, all in one place.
Oh, wow.
That's the vision. Different parts of the company tackling different financial needs.
That's a one-stop shop for everything money.
Exactly. Like Jio Payment Solutions and Jio Payments Bank.
Okay.
They simplify everyday transactions, make managing money as easy as, ordering a coffee on your phone.
And I'm guessing their mobile-first approach plays into that.
Big time. In India, convenience is key. They know that. Manage finances on the go, few taps on your phone, done.
Makes sense. So payments check. What other financial services are they getting into?
Well, you can't have a financial ecosystem without lending, right?
Right.
So that's where Jio Finance Limited, JFL, comes in. Consumer loans, business loans, they're there for those big life moments.
Okay, so moving beyond the everyday transactions into the bigger financial decisions, but what makes them different? I mean, tons of lenders out there.
Here's where it gets interesting. They're not just about credit scores.
Okay.
Data and analytics are key for them. They use massive amounts of data, transaction histories, spending habits, all of it.
Wow.
To create personalized loan offers. Assess risk with a precision traditional banks can only dream of.
So a more personalized, data-driven approach to lending sounds intriguing, but also a little, Big Brother-ish.
Right. And they know people are thinking that.
Okay.
Transparency, responsible data usage, it's all in their report. They're not selling your data. They're building trust.
Okay, that's good to hear. So we've got payments, we've got lending. What else is on the menu in this financial ecosystem?
Well, they're diving headfirst into insurance.
Insurance, huh? Not exactly the most, riveting part of finance.
True, but it's got huge EE growth potential. And that's where Jio Insurance Broking Limited, JIBL, comes in. See, the Indian insurance industry.
Yeah.
Projected to grow like 15–16% annually over the next decade.
Wow.
We're talking serious market ripe for disruption. And JFSL knows it.
So how are they going to tap into that? Just offering the same old insurance plans, but with a digital facelift?
Not even close. They're tackling this on two fronts. First, underinsurance in India.
Okay.
They're partnering with over 30 insurers, different products, life, health, general, you name it, all in a single platform.
So one-stop shop for insurance needs. Makes sense. What's the second part? What's the JFSL twist?
They're not just selling insurance, they're reimagining it. Remember those sachet products we talked about?
Right, the bite-sized insurance plans. How did those work again?
Customization is key. Instead of those one-size-fits-all plans, they're doing smaller, targeted policies, specific needs.
Give me an example.
Think travel insurance, bundled with your flight booking, or insurance for your new phone, bought right on their platform.
Oh, I see. So it's about making insurance seamless, part of other financial stuff. That's smart.
Exactly. Less daunting, more relevant. And by, embedding these micro-insurance products within their other services, they're creating that sticky ecosystem. Keep users coming back for more.
Okay, I see how this ecosystem all comes together. They're really going for becoming part of their customers' financial lives.
Exactly. But wait, there's more. They're also getting into investments. And they've partnered up with a big player.
Let me guess, Warren Buffett's giving personalized stock tips through the app.
Not quite, but you're on the right track, thinking big. It's a 50-50 joint venture with BlackRock,
BlackRock. That name rings a bell.
only the world's largest asset manager. We're talking trillions in assets.
Oh, wow. Okay. They're not messing around. So what's the goal with this partnership?
Democratizing sophisticated investments. They want to make it easier for, like everyday investors in India, to access the same opportunities that before only the super wealthy could get.
Ambitious. So we've got payments, lending, insurance, investments. This really is starting to look like a whole financial ecosystem. But realistically, can they actually pull it off? Building this from scratch, it's got to be tough.
Oh, it's a huge undertaking. But JFSL has this tech-forward mindset that just might give them the edge.
Okay, let's talk tech. Their report mentions cloud-native architecture. What is that, and how does it help them?
Think of it like this: a company built from day one, on the cloud. No old systems, no clunky infrastructure.
So they're like the tech startup of the financial world, lean, agile, all that.
Exactly. Adapt quickly, roll out new features fast. Competitive pricing, they can do it all.
Makes sense, but tech is only part of it. What about the people running the show?
They've put together a leadership team with serious experience.
Okay, like what?
We're talking ICICI Bank, the New Development Bank, even Microsoft and GE.
Wow, so a mix of finance veterans and tech minds.
Exactly. It shows in how they think, how they operate, but they're also realistic.
Realistic how?
They know there are challenges. Their report talks about the good and the bad, what they're up against.
Like what? Hit me with the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay, so the good news. India's economy is growing, which means huge opportunities for financial service companies.
Right? Demand is there. What about the not so good?
Well, regulations in India, constantly changing. They'll need to adapt, and fast.
True.
And of course, there's a competition. India's financial services market, it's crowded. Traditional players, new fintech startups, everyone wants a piece.
So it's a high-stakes game. No guaranteed winners.
Exactly. But JFSL seems to get it, and they're working to address these challenges head-on.
How so? What are they actually doing?
Corporate governance is a big one. They've got 8 committees overseeing different parts of the business.
Okay, like what?
Risk management, audits, technology, ESG.
ESG, as in environmental, social, and governance. That's a hot topic these days.
It's not just a trend, it matters. Investors look at ESG alongside profits. It's about long-term sustainability.
So is JFSL taking it seriously?
100%. There's a whole section in their report on their ESG commitments: climate change, financial inclusion, diversity, data privacy. They're even looking at using tech to promote financial literacy, empower underserved communities.
It's nice to see a company thinking beyond just the bottom line, considering their impact.
I agree. And for them, it feels genuine. It's part of how they operate.
So far, they're ticking all the boxes. Bold vision, tech-focused, strong leadership, committed to responsible business. But what about the actual numbers? How did they actually perform this past year?
Now that's where things get really interesting. Their consolidated total income hit 1,854.68 crore in FY24.
Wow. Okay, so for those of us who aren't fluent in crore, what does that translate to in terms of growth? What was their income in the previous year?
Right, good point. Always got to keep things in perspective. In FY23, their total income was just 44.84 crore.
Talk about a glow up. That's not just growth. That's like financial rocket fuel. Where's all that revenue coming from?
It's a mix of things, but lending is huge for them, right? So interest income from stuff like loans and fixed deposits held by their subsidiaries brought in 986.35 crore.
So yeah, that data-driven approach to lending might actually be working for them.
Seems like it. And then there's the 216.85 crore they got in dividend income, mainly from shares a subsidiary received during, you remember, the demerger from Reliance Industries.
Ah, right, the Reliance connection. That was a whole thing. So lending and dividends, those are big chunks. Anything else contributing to their bottom line?
Insurance broking and their payment solutions are doing well. Brought in euros 151.66 crore in fees and commissions.
Nice.
Oh, we can't forget investments. Those raked in a cool euros 547.63 crore in gains, both realized and unrealized.
Okay, so their income streams are pretty diverse, each part of the business doing its part. This is all promising, but I'm curious about the bigger picture. What does this all tell us about JFSL's future? What's the forecast looking like?
Well, I'd say it shows they've got serious momentum and a solid plan for growth. They're not just riding the wave, they're trying to become the wave.
Love the ambition. But they've also admitted there are challenges. How are they planning to handle those, and how could that impact things down the line?
They're not oblivious, that's for sure. They know how competitive it is and that the regulations are always changing. Plus, it's one thing to grow this fast, it's another to make it last, you know?
Right, keep the momentum going.
Exactly. They have to make sure all these services are actually sustainable, profitable in the long run.
A lot riding on them then to make this vision a reality and roll with the punches.
Totally. That's what makes them so interesting, not just building a company, but a whole new model for financial services in India.
Built on trust, integrity, and a whole lot of data.
Don't forget the data.
Well, this has been fascinating. Jio Financial Services Ltd, you've given us a lot to think about.
They have big ambitions, bold vision. The future of finance in India is about to get very interesting.
No doubt about it. Listeners, as they navigate this, here's something for you to consider. With JFSL expanding like this, so focused on tech, how do you think traditional financial institutions are going to react? Will they adapt or get left behind?
A financial revolution might be coming. JFSL could be leading the charge.
We'll be watching closely. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone. Until next time, stay curious.